Hello, I'm Stuart Hayes and I'm here with renowned business mentor, advisory board chairman and serial entrepreneur Neville Christie, and we're talking about the Leadership Explosion workshop that we delivered recently to two of the CEO Institute syndicate groups that Neville chairs. Welcome, Neville.
Yes, welcome, Stuart. And by the way, you ran them, not we. So.
Thank you, that's true. Neville, can you tell us what the groups most benefited from participating in the workshops?
A great deal, actually, Stuart. My groups are composed of entrepreneurs and people who are running very fast-track businesses. What you did was take their experience, you found out what it was about, what they were doing, and you considerably enlarged it. So, first of all, you set up a process of talking about what leadership was about, but very quickly you got them involved in playing games, actually involved in a process of learning. And then after that, there was the debriefing. And I was amazed, because I did the first lot myself and the second I was an observer. I was amazed just how quickly we all got involved, engaged, how rapidly we learnt some really important things about our behaviour and just the level of enthusiasm and participation. And the wonderful thing has been that's carried on, because hardly a month will go by without somebody saying, you remember that work we did with Stuart? So your impact has been enormous, really.
Is that a different impact or a different style of workshop to the other things you've seen?
I must admit I encourage a lot of participation in what I do, and I particularly ban PowerPoints because I think they're a terrible process. But so yes, yes, you made a lot of difference. What you did is quite different, quite unique. The degree, the speed at which you encourage learning, I think, is really different. So in a relatively short time of an hour and a bit, the amount of learning that you engendered and the amount of permanent learning is something that I don't see very often.
I'm really pleased to hear that. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What's the most important thing that someone who hasn't been to one of these type of workshops should know before they came along?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I guess what they should know is that they're likely to be challenged. Well, I mean, they can opt out, of course. There's nothing coercive about what you do. But someone who is seeking to get the best out of what you do ought to be prepared to see themselves in a new light, ought to be prepared to come to understand their behaviour differently, and ought to be prepared to be able to make some changes in the way they lead and interact with other people within their business. As I said, there's nothing coercive and they could opt out of that, but if they came with that in their mind, I believe the impact and the results would be incredible.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, what sort of person would most benefit from coming along, in your opinion?
Right. I haven't seen you operate outside a business framework. I could imagine that people outside of business could also benefit, but in the main, from what I've seen, people who are in business or aspiring to business, particularly people who are leading in business, running a business or running a section or running a part of a business, and their direct reports, they would be the sort of people I would be encouraging to come to your workshops. And the size doesn't matter. What you do can be someone who's running a micro business from home could benefit. Teams of up to 20 people would benefit people. Teams over 20 would benefit.
Okay. Thank you, Neville.
My pleasure, Stuart.
Stuart Hayes, I'm talking to Neville Christie, serial entrepreneur, business advisory board chairman, business mentor. We've been talking about the Leadership Explosion workshop. You can learn more about the workshop and register by clicking on the link below. Thank you.